The car market just had a massive crash.
Over the last few years for the auto companies, they've been able to get away with high transaction prices, big profits, and very few incentives. But while nobody was looking, the market changed on everybody. And now Stellantis is sitting on a bloated inventory that they could easily sell. A year ago,
we were in a bubble, and the bubble has popped.
Used car and truck prices spiral down further, and historic plunge surrenders 60% of stunning 2-year spike.
Now, across southeastern Michigan, there are thousands of 2024 F-150s, just like what you'll see here, stockpiled, waiting to be shipped to dealers.
New dealership inventory is stacking up, and there really is no other way around. Despite what automakers and dealerships want us to believe, the car market is absolutely returning to normal, and yet prices have not.
Is it me, or is the car market in shambles right now? Another quick discussion video. In this quick video, man, we're just gonna talk about how like the car market is right now, man. Every time I go on YouTube, I see video after video about how the car industry from each car brand is not selling cars well. A lot of them are laying off. A lot of car dealerships, like a lot of videos about car dealerships having an overflow of vehicles and they just can't like sell them at all. Then there's like more videos I see of a lot of car repossessions are going up as well. So it's like, what's going on here? The car market is bad for the economy and for the manufacturers as well. Like it's crazy to see this, man. Around in my area, I do see the effects of the car market not going so good either, because there are a lot of dealerships with a bunch of cars that's sitting on their lots, like a bunch of cars from 2022 that are brand new, and they're just still sitting. And it's just crazy to see it now, man. Even though like the car market is going bad right now, I feel like the main reason why it's going bad is because of the economy.
The unemployment rate jumping to 4.3%. That is the highest level in nearly 3 years. And it triggered a rule created by our next guest that's called the Sahm rule. It says that if the 3-month moving average of the unemployment rate rises by 0.5 percentage point from the previous year, that signals the start of a recession. Here with more is the creator of that rule, Claudia Sahm herself, the chief economist at New Century Advisors. Claudia, it's great to have you, and thanks for joining us here. As I just described, it is a recession indicator, so help me and our audience out here. On a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being as far as possible from a recession and 10 being absolute recession territory, where would you say we stand today?
If I were to just look at the rule, so this is a pattern that's held historically, and it's been very reliable. So the way you would interpret this rule normally is we are probably about 3 months into a recession.
If I'm wrong, somebody let me know in the comments, but I feel like the economy doing kind of bad right now. They're saying we're in like a recession, or if we're not in a recession already, or like we're near a recession. Not really good right now. Like a lot of people are just like not buying vehicles anymore right now. And also the vehicle prices are still really high in some brands, and people are just not going to pay that type of money for like the cars, because we see now that the manufacturers is just trying to make more money off of us, and where they can like bargain with people and like bring the prices down to where like they're truly valued at and sell it just like that. But now they're just like, I feel like COVID has gotten dealerships and manufacturers, like the big car brands in America especially, from after COVID or like around that time, they made so much money with like ranking cars so high, because like cars were going left and right, and at that time you could hardly find dealerships that had cars on their lot. So I feel like after COVID, things shot up for all the car brands, and I guess they saw like more money and thought they could make more money grabs and making all these cars and stuff for like, basically making the same cars for higher prices.
Car payments have reached record highs in recent years, and Americans are feeling the pinch. The average payment on a new vehicle rose 40% between April 2019 and April 2024.
Some people will look at this and they will say, are you kidding me? I mean, that's basically a house payment for a lot of people.
You know, we always had this idea that a new vehicle was something that was attainable for every American. Well, clearly we've moved away from that premise.
Blame it on high interest rates and high vehicle prices caused by pandemic-era shortages. The good news, payments have dropped a bit and are expected to fall further.
We've reached a peak. We've turned a corner. However you want to say it, the affordability issue is going to get better.
The relief may only be short-lived. Longer term, industry insiders have serious questions about the direction the auto market is headed in. Vehicles were growing more expensive prior to the pandemic, as automakers shifted away from pumping out cars for the mainstream toward a strategy of selling fewer, pricier vehicles that pulled in more profits. Many in the industry say that might be here to stay, meaning a lot of ordinary Americans will be locked out.
I guess people are fed up, and I do understand it, because you see the car dealers and the car brands is making more money and stuff off of like just the same things they've been giving for like years and stuff, if not cheaper product. But also it's just crazy seeing it. How do y'all feel about this right now, man? Like, what is going on in the car market? Let me know in the comments how you feel about everything that's going on with the economy plus the car market too. I'm also seeing a lot of videos of dealerships laying off people left and right, man. It's crazy to see. It's really not good.
And news just out, Stellantis is laying off almost 2,500 factory workers from an assembly plant outside of Detroit. So the automaker is ending production of the Ram 1500 Classic truck, and the layoffs will be effective as early as October 8th, the company said. Joining me now to discuss is automotive expert Lauren Fix at Car Coach Reports. Lauren, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
All right, so what's happening here at Stellantis? Does that surprise you?
Well, it's kind of sad because the Ram Classic is a big selling truck, but apparently they feel they need to make some changes. There's a lot of things going on at Stellantis. I think because they're now a European-owned company, that they don't understand the U.S. marketplace. Trucks are a mainstay for the Ram brand, and not having the Classic truck, which is an entry-level vehicle, I think is going to be a problem, and it may affect their bottom line. And a lot of different manufacturers are struggling.
So when you're laying off people, there's more people not working, and there's more people not buying more cars. So it's like that's like even bad for both situations. So it's just like I don't know, man. I actually got some videos too. I'm gonna show y'all right now, real quick. Just showing some news about the car market, because there's people out there that give better info than I can. Honestly, I'm just giving like my quick 1-2 thoughts about it, man. Just having a quick conversation with y'all just to see what y'all feel about this, and hopefully see some of y'all comments down below. But yeah, let's check these videos out.
Car market is broken, like for real. About this time of month, we should be getting a monthly inventory update across all new vehicle manufacturers. The winners, the losers, average day inventory supply, average transaction price, and listing price, all of which are key metrics to help us gauge the overall health of the used and new car market. And it helps us, the consumers, to figure out which car manufacturers are most likely to give us below MSRP pricing and dealership discounts versus which ones probably aren't going to be giving great incentives anytime soon. But this month, we really don't have any of this data, because the car market is broken. Last month, CDK, a wildly, in fact nearly universally used software by dealerships throughout the country, was hacked in what was a ransomware cyber attack. This basically crippled the entire automotive industry, but specifically and especially dealership sales. The losses from dealerships has already surpassed $1 billion. Yes, that is a billion with a B. The outage began on June 19th and wasn't even over until going into the second week of July. And the way that it ended, well, reportedly, CDK paid a whopping $25 million ransom payment. And the fact that this happened at the end of month, end of quarter, you very literally could not ask for a worse time for this type of ransomware cyber attack to occur, which I'm sure was not a coincidence by the cyber attackers. Inventory as of July 8th, 2024 was 2.91 million units of inventory. This is up 110% from a year ago and is the largest amount of inventory that we've seen in years. But we still are not at pre-pandemic levels, at least as of right now, because back in 2019, dealership inventory had exceeded 4 million units. And so while we are seeing drastic improvements from 2019 numbers, which is when the car market absolutely imploded, we still aren't at pre-pandemic levels. But it is important to note that even back in 2019, those inventory levels weren't necessarily the norm for the time either. Because back in 2019, whenever dealership inventory exceeded 4 million units, that was a peak 2024 dealership inventory that we've seen in nearly 20 years at the time. So while we technically aren't at pre-pandemic levels today in 2024, we have seen drastic improvements. And in some regards, July of 2019 isn't a great comparison point because of the fact that it was a peak in inventory for the time. Now, this equates to a 116-day supply. This is an absolutely massive amount of inventory and is the largest day supply that we've seen, honestly, probably since I started making these videos. But Honda, Toyota, and Lexus are most likely still the bottom 3 inventory vehicles, while Stellantis and Lincoln are probably the highest inventory automakers. But assumption aside, one thing that we do know in this current car market is that whether you're buying a car this month, next month, or later this year, do not under any circumstances settle for above MSRP pricing. Negotiate hard and try to use the CDK fiasco to your advantage.
Like, bro, it's so crazy, man. Like, just seeing like what's going on right now. And also, I've been saying this a lot in my channel. If y'all been paying attention, that like it's going to be a matter of time before all these cars be like dumb cheap. Like, it's already like kind of happening now, but like give it a couple more months at the end of the year, going into 2025. All 2024 cars and below are going to go for like a lot more discounts. And even like for more older years, you're going to find some pretty great deals on them. So be on the lookout for real, because I really do see like, I do see the car market coming back up eventually. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some years from now or some months from now. Honestly, I think it's some years from now, because I'm seeing like other brands like Dodge for one, right? Or now Stellantis. And Stellantis is like, it's not Dodge anymore. Basically, let's just say that, man, they hit a whole 180 and just flipped the whole brand, bro. And like a lot of people are just turned off from the brand. And I've been seeing a lot of bad stuff about that. And then they just made a huge amount of layoffs. And if you see on the news and stuff, it's crazy what's going on. You see GM just laid off a bunch of people too. They just laid off a bunch of white collar workers, I think. And that's not good at all. People are just losing their jobs. It's not good at all, people. And I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know how long this will last too. I know there's going to be a lot of great deals out there, but it's going to be a lot of people still, like a lot of people and a lot of brands still hurting. And I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say right now. This is just a quick discussion video, y'all. I just want to hear y'all thoughts about this. And yeah, man, it's just so crazy right now. Honestly, too, I just want to put out, like, do you guys think that Stellantis is still going to be a brand? Honestly, I've been hearing, like, a lot of stuff with them, like, actually just going out of business as well. And I don't know if that's true, but I've been seeing stuff like, I'm only saying Stellantis because it is an American brand. Well, is it an American brand anymore? Well, it was an American brand, and it's just crazy to see how they go from Dodge to Stellantis and, like, Hellcat and big motors and everything to straight EVs. And that's crazy to see. Like, hopefully they can still stand and people may like the cars and stuff. I don't know. But that's all I got for this video, y'all. It's your boy NWTube. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the post notification, let you know when I drop new banger videos just like this one, man. And yeah, you guys let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Leave a comment below. Just let's have a quick discussion about this, because it's just like, I feel like this is something I've never really seen before. I mean, maybe in the past, but like maybe 4 years. Nah, I've never seen this before, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Also, I want to plug in this video. My new merch is out now, y'all. The Go Hard t-shirts are out right now. Go ahead and check them out. And yeah, we're gonna keep on going. It's your boy MW. We out of this club, you dig?